Hello, hello, hello. Land for Turn Commander is back with another video after a very long hiatus. I was sick forever and finally feeling way better. Thunder Junction is spoiling like nuts and I am very excited. Honestly, the most excited I've been for a set in a very long time. A lot of staples, all these spree cards are staples, bunch of sweet legends, but there was one legend that caught my eye and it's the new Obeka. Like, is so dope. We're going to talk about it. Let's talk about it. Land for Turn Commander. New Obeka, Splitter of Seconds. It's a 4-drop, 2/5 with Menace, and when she deals combat damage after this phase, aka combat, you're going to have a bunch of upkeeps, however much damage you do. That's insane. Even just getting her in for 2 damage, getting 2 upkeeps right after, before your second main, is insane. Like, there's never been a commander that's done something like this, and Obeka's really, she's kind of known for that. The ending of the turn, the old one from Commander Legends, she could just end the turn when she wants to, and like, there's a lot of cards that work really well with that. She is the new upkeep commander, and it's awesome. It's super sweet. A lot of cards that you just don't get the love. She's like, I love you, and they're like, I've never been loved. And then, so I built a deck, put it in Moxfield. I'm going to put it in the description. It was very quick. I grabbed a lot of stuff, threw it in, got my checklist, but it's sweet. A lot of cards you just don't get to play. I really like the court cycle because they put the Monarch in the game, which is always great. It's card draw, and if you have a few in there, you're always going to have card draw at the end step. And if somebody takes it away from you, the court cycle, if you don't get it back, when you're not the Monarch and the trigger happens, they're pretty basic. They're pretty simple. They don't do like the craziest things. It's very, 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 very low key. But you need to deal combat damage with her. So whoever steals the Monarch, you can hit. If you can get the hit in back on them, you are going to become the Monarch before all these upkeep triggers happen, and you're going to get the mega juiced version of all the courts. I think that is absolutely fire. It is very weird. The courts have always been weird for me because if you lose it and then you can't get through, but then you have to get through, get the Monarch, draw the card, go around the full turn, and then make sure nobody hits you so you can get that mega. No. We're going right past that. We're going to do it in combat. We're going to get the Monarch back, and we're going to trigger these courts, and they're going to do the juice stuff, right? So this red one, Court of Emberth, the new one from Wilds of Eldraine, 4-drop, enters Monarch, upkeep, 3/1 red knight. If you're the Monarch, does X damage to each opponent for how many creatures you have, right? So say you only have Obeka. Upkeep, boom, make a 3/1, 2 damage each opponent. Now when you stack all these upkeeps, she's only a 2/5, right? You get through 2 damage, that's not as much, You're going to make another one, boom, now you have 3 creatures. Now you do 3 damage to each opponent. But what if you get through and she's unblocked and then you juice her? Or something, some way to make her a little bit stronger. Oh, wow. That's just going to keep adding up. You make the 3/1 every single time, and you do more and more and more and more damage. A lot of the courts are like that. The old Court of Ambition, it's usually discard a card, or it's lose 3 life or discard a card. They get to pick, right? Or it's 6 life or discard 2 cards. And I read up the rulings on this. If they have no cards to discard, they'd have to take the 6 damage. So you get 3 or 4 of those upkeeps after combat, you're going to kill people. You're going to end the game really, really, really quick. They're not going to have... It's kind of mean making people discard, but it's like 1 card in the deck, and if you get a lot of them and you chain it, boom, 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 they're just going to take a bunch of life and they'll just die. They won't have any cards, but then they'll just die. The courts are awesome. The courts work so well with her. It's unbelievable. You always go back for the Monarch to get it back. That was like my main thing that I wanted to talk about. It just kind of like, boop, popped in my head. That's awesome. Let's figure that out. There's a lot of upkeep stuff. The new Bonehorde Drakusar, that's going to like exile cards for you to play. That's just card advantage, but it's going to give you treasures to cast stuff. It's going to give you the dinosaurs. I mean, that's fantastic. That's so much value built into that. There's a new card. It's called Struggle for Project Purity. It's a 4-drop. It's from the Fallout. It's an enchantment. You get to pick one of the things. You're going to pick the card draw, right? So at your upkeep, everyone draws a card, but you draw however many cards are drawn, right? So everyone draws a card, you draw 3. But if you stack those up, yeah, people are going to draw like 3 cards, but you could draw 9. That's busted. This card is very good just in general, especially at your upkeep. Obviously, not just only in Obeka, but I played in other decks like the Mothman that it came in. Your upkeep, you're drawing 3, but then you draw your card for turn. So everyone got 1. You're up 4 cards. It feels unstoppable. It's very, very good. It's going to be great in this deck too. Descent into Avernus. This is nuts. You might even hurt yourself a little bit too much, but so many treasures, so many upkeeps. You're going to do, oh man, it's going to be so much damage and so much treasures. It's going to push you into the winning position instantly. This card's nuts already. 2 sweet token copy things, right? Extravagant Replication, 6-drop. At your upkeep, you make a token of a non-land permanent you control. A different one. You can't make it of that. Obviously, that'd be too good. That's pretty great. And then Followed Footsteps. You can enchant any creature on the battlefield, and you're going to get a token at the upkeep. Somebody's got some crazy creature out there. Your upkeep, you do some combat, boom, you get like 2 to 5 upkeeps or something. You're going to make so many tokens. This card is just going to be busted. It's just straight up a game winner if you have the system all set up. Right before we get out of here, I want to talk just a few ways because you're going to want to get her through, right? You got to get her through. I like Aqueous Form, just a 1-drop enchantment, gives them unblockable. You scry when they attack. Money. That's what you want with her. You just need to get her through. There is a new equipment, Silver Shroud costume. When it enters, it attaches to a creature, and then the creature gets Shroud until end of turn. But then that creature is just unblockable. That's great. It's kind of like Whisper Silk Cloak. I think that's going to be in here too, because you just want to make her unblockable. And they're not the worst, because if you get some creatures and you get unblockable, and it's for sure damage, you know. But you want to get her through 100%. There is one card that I want to talk about. Obviously, there's a bunch of creatures and stuff that do upkeep stuff, and that's in the deck list. They're just not as like flashy as all these courts and stuff. But there's a card that's coming in, Bloomburrow. It's the Izzet Otter Commander. It's like a 4-drop, Bria Riptide Rogue. She's got prowess. Other creatures have prowess. And then whenever you cast a non-creature, a creature becomes unblockable. This is the most epic card. It isn't out yet, so you got to wait until it comes out. But if you want to proxy it or something, play with your homies, do it. Who cares? Who cares? She's awesome. It's perfect. You play your court. You pump up Obeka. Now she's a 3/6. If you can cast any more, you can make her way bigger and then unblockable. Boom, bunch of upkeeps. Ooh, doggy, that thing's nasty. Yeah, so that's your thing. A bunch of upkeeps, bunch of unblockable. Honestly, that's about it. I mean, Suspend is also a very, very good card. There's 2 cards that are really, really good in this that came out, I think it was back in the Strixhaven stuff, and I think they got reprinted in the Doctor Who's, but it's the Refrains. Inspiring Refrain and Rousing Refrain. I think there is a new black one that's like the Serenade something. Gosh, I don't remember which one it was in, but those are all pretty good because I think they're all 3. Yep, they're all 3 time counters. But, 2 to 3, you can get those back in instantly. Drawing cards, making mana. This deck is so interesting and fun that it might not work all the time. You got to get her. You got to get some upkeep stuff on the board. You got to get her on the board and get a swing and make sure she deals combat damage. And then, all that stuff has to happen. It's a lot. It's a lot. But it's so new and so fun. I think she's just going to be probably the most built commander from this whole set. It's because it's so different and so interesting. But yeah, other than that, I'll have the deck list in the description. I just want to do a quick rundown of this new Obeka. She's so awesome. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy it. Hope you love it. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all the things. Tell your homies, everybody. I love it. I love all these new legends. I'm back, baby. I'm back, baby. I'm gonna make some more videos. Just getting back on that train. And thank you so much for watching. And don't forget your land for turn. See ya.